If you don't feel confident about your pronunciation, your fluency, or your listening skills, then you found the right video. Because in this video, we practice accent reduction, pronunciation, and intonation with real people who are learning English along with you. So watch us, join us, and improve your American accent with these videos. Now, this is a very unique channel. So make sure that you subscribe and give me a thumbs up to help me out. It's really hard to get noticed on YouTube these days. And stick around because we practice for hours every day, improving our accent, improving our fluency, and improving our vocabulary and listening comprehension. Stay right here and practice English with us. What is our first word, Kaveh? Can you see
With
it?
someone, tantrum, sorry,
Tantrum.
tantrum.
Tantrum. Have you seen
Which,
that before?
yeah,
What about you, Alex? Have you
yeah.
seen the word tantrum before?
Yes,
Okay, good. So, Alex, can you read the first sentence? What does it say?
they did not tolerate tantrums during dinner.
Okay. Can you read it as a contraction? How does that sound as a contraction when you say did not?
They didn't they didn't they didn't
They did.
tolerate tantrums during dinner.
They didn't. Uh, before we were talking about not using a D, which I think doesn't sound very good, and not a lot of people do that. There are some people who would say didn't. I hate that. I really hate it when people do that. It's not so common, but sometimes people do that, and it sounds horrible. I would recommend saying both D's. Didn't. Okay, Kaveh, can you read the first three words? What are the first three words of that sentence?
They didn't tolerate.
Okay, what are the important words in that sentence?
Tolerate.
Okay, and where's all the sound in that?
All tolerate.
Tolerate, tolerate,
Toler
tolerate,
tolerate.
tolerate. They didn't tolerate.
So they didn't tolerate.
That's good. Alex, can you say that? They didn't tolerate.
They didn't tolerate
And what are the next three words, Alex?
tantrums during dinner.
Okay, and what are the important words in that phrase?
Tantrums dinner.
Okay, and which syllable has all of the sound in the word tantrums?
Tan tantrums tan.
Tantrums, tantrums. So that should be pretty big. Tantrum,
Mm,
tantrum,
tantrums.
tantrums during dinner. And where's all the sound
During
for dinner?
dinner. Dinner.
Dinner, 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 dinner. So, Alex, can you say the whole thing? They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
Tolerate, tolerate.
Tolerate, yeah. They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
Can you say that, Kaveh? They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
I should open my mouth wide open when I say tolerate.
Tolerate. Well, it helps. It helps.
Mm, okay. They didn't tolerate tantrum during dinner.
Tolerate, tolerate tantrum.
Tolerate.
They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
Okay, we will add a little bit of music. We'll make most of the important sounds high sounds, but then we'll make the final one lower. So they didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
Okay, can you try that, Alex? They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner.
Okay, and let's continue with our tag questions. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm making these sentences negative this time because yesterday we did affirmative ones. So
Okay.
now this is your idea. This is your opinion. They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner. is
Mhm.
your idea. And how would you make a question that means, do you agree with me?
Did they?
Did they? So because the sentence is negative, then we're going to make the
Mhm.
question affirmative. Did they? Did they? Say it again.
Did they?
Did they? Okay. They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner, did they?
They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner, did they?
Did they? What's the difference between saying did they and did they?
Did they? You ask for the other's opinion. For the first one, you know you want him to agree with you.
Yeah. So the first one is very confident. Did they?
Mhm.
The second one is I don't know. Tell me what to think. Did they? Okay,
Mhm.
can you say that, Kaveh? They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner, did they?
They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner, did they?
Okay. And what if you did it in a question? If you said did they? What would that mean?
You're not pretty sure about that.
Yeah, you're really asking the other person to tell you what to think. Can you say it like
Mm-hmm.
that?
Exactly. They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner, did they?
Did they? Okay. And so, Kaveh, if you agree with the person, if you want to say that's true, what you think is right, how would you agree? How would you answer that?
Did they? Yes, they did tolerate tantrums during dinner.
Okay, if you agree, you repeat the first part.
Okay.
So you
Yes,
have
they
to
did.
say, yeah, yes, it's true, they did. Oh no, 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 they didn't.
Yes.
You have to repeat. You have to repeat the first part. You see this part? They didn't tolerate. That's what you
Mhm.
repeat. So the answer, if you agree, is no. No, they didn't. No, you're right. They didn't. This
They didn't
confuses.
tolerate
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Sounds like you agree with the person, right?
Yes, this is agreeing. If you say no, they
Okay.
didn't. You repeat the first part, not the did they part, but the first part. So if you agree, you have to say no. No, they didn't.
No. Okay, okay. I got it. Okay. No, they didn't. You can pause a little bit. No, they
Mhm.
didn't.
You don't have to. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, it
No,
doesn't
they
matter
didn't.
really. But the important thing is that
Pretty quick.
if you agree with the idea, you repeat the first part, not the question part. Ignore the
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm drawing my blind drawing black. Sorry. Okay. I just found out what you're meaning to do.
yeah. Okay, Alex, how would you agree with me if I say they didn't tolerate the tantrums during dinner? Did they? How would you agree with me and tell me that I'm right?
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. Try to go down at the end of that. No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Like that. That's better. Okay. How would you disagree? How would you tell me that I'm wrong?
I say no, they
It's
did.
mine.
Alex,
Sorry, sorry. Yeah.
Alex, how would you agree? How would you disagree with me and tell me that I'm wrong?
I, I say no, they did.
No, you have to say yes. You have to say yes, they did.
Yes, yes, they did.
See, this
Yes,
is
okay.
confusing.
Yes, they did.
This is very confusing.
Yes, yes, they did.
So if I'm wrong, you want to tell me you're wrong. I'm wrong. You say yes, they did.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yes, you're wrong. They did. You're wrong. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Kaveh, they didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner, did they? Tell me I'm wrong. Disagree with me. My idea is wrong.
No, they didn't.
Now, if you're disagreeing with me, you have to say yes. You have to say the opposite of the original idea.
The opposite the opposite one is like, yes, they actually did it.
Yeah, so you're disagreeing with me. You're telling me I'm wrong. Yes, they did.
Yeah. Yes, actually they did.
Yeah. So that's really hard for people to wrap their minds around.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's try one
I'm
more
just
time.
I'm just
If I
wondering.
If I say
Okay.
they didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner, did they? How will you tell me I'm wrong?
No, you are wrong. They didn't.
See, this is you have to say yes. Yes, they did. Yes,
Okay.
they did.
Yes, they did.
Do you understand the
Okay,
difference?
you're just playing around. Yeah, just playing around with the word. Just
What
fooling me around.
I'm
It's like
trying to trick you? No, no.
no,
When you're doing tag questions, it's
no,
the
no. I just joke.
okay,
Yeah,
but it's important. Like for this is really hard for people. So I just want to
yeah. But
repeat it. Go ahead.
the difference is, if I want to agree with you, is like no, they didn't, and if I want to disagree with you, is like yes, they actually did.
No, okay. Think about it like this. If you agree with me, you repeat the original idea. The original idea is negative. So if you agree, you say no, they
Yeah,
didn't.
it's vice versa. Yeah, okay.
But if you disagree with me, you have to do the opposite. You have to give the affirmative answer, and that's a yes. That's not a no. That's yes, they did.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll be practicing it three more times, but that's really hard for people. Okay, Alex, can you make a why not tolerate tantrums during dinner question?
Why didn't they tolerate tantrums during dinner?
Okay, and what is the important word in that question?
Why didn't they?
Yeah, so you make the big important words big, but the unimportant words become very small. Why didn't they? Why didn't they?
Why didn't they?
Why didn't they tolerate tantrums during dinner?
Why didn't they tolerate tantrums during dinner?
Kave, can you try that?
Why didn't they tolerate tantrums during dinner?
That's right. Okay. And let's see, what could the answer be? Because what could we say?
Because
Because
they are headstrongs.
okay, because they're headstrong. All right. So tell me the whole thing. They didn't because
They didn't tolerate because they are such a headstrong man.
if you say the word tolerate, you have to put something after it, some kind of object. You can't just say I don't tolerate.
Okay, so they didn't tolerate tantrums because we are such a headstrongs.
Hmm. Now, headstrong is an adjective. Headstrongs are adjectives are never plural,
Yes.
so you can't say they are
Head,
headstrongs.
headstrong guys or headstrong buddies.
You can just say you've got they plus are plus headstrong, and that's enough. You don't have to put anything after that. You can just say they equal headstrong. They are
They
headstrong.
are they are headstrong. They tolerate tantrums because they are headstrongs.
They don't
Headstrong, sorry. They are headstrong. Yeah.
they don't tolerate tantrums.
They don't tolerate tantrums because they are headstrong.
Okay, that's right. They don't tolerate tantrums because they're headstrong.
Because they are headstrong. Yeah.
What are the
In
important words in
contraction.
that? What are the important words in that phrase? Because they are headstrong. What are the important words?
A headstrong can be
Yes, and probably because they're headstrong.
because they're headstrong.
Can you make the word because more important? Make that cause longer because they're headstrong.
Because okay. Because they are headstrong.
They're headstrong
Because they're headstrong. Because they're headstrong.
because they're headstrong.
Because they're head.
Go ahead.
Mhm. Because they're headstrong.
They didn't tolerate tantrums
Okay.
during dinner because they're headstrong.
They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner because they're headstrong.
Alex, can you try that? They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner because they're headstrong.
They didn't tolerate tantrums during dinner because they're headstrong.
Now, I notice sometimes you make the ta in tantrums long, and sometimes you make it short, but it should always be long. Tantrums.
And
If
Okay,
you say
tantrums.
if you say tantrums, some people maybe sometimes that would be hard to understand.
Okay.
Can you
Do
try?
you want me to repeat it again?
Can
Yep,
you?
yeah, sure. Yeah. They didn't tolerate tantrum during dinners because they're headstrong.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next one. Do you know the expression "on the fly"?
Yes,
On
means
the
you.
sorry.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No, no, no. That's your turn. Sorry.
That's thank you. It's on the fly. You can do it without any preparation.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the definitions and examples on the fly today because we had some technical
Issue, yeah.
difficulties. Let's see.
Difficulties. I see. Yeah.
Let me just pick an example here for to put someone in their place. Alex, have you ever seen that expression before? To put someone in their place?